Now, in this next section, the loot is not enough to make it worth you fighting all these enemies, because you have 2 clickers, 3 runners, and a shambler in there. There's not enough there to justify fighting them, so you can take the loot. Notice that I broke the window there. You want to break it while you're still up here so you don't get alerted. In that case, the runner came out to look and then went back in. You just got to make sure the coast is clear before you drop down. Now this runner will come back. There it is. And stop right here in this place, which lets me kill them. And now we can just work our way through. We could just crawl prone here. And we just run out. Whatever point, we just run out. Once we get out, Lev will successfully make his way out. You don't have to worry about that. This is the sort of area where if you fall in, you can definitely die. But notice that there are places that you can climb out. If you fell in here, if you can manage to grab a ledge to climb out, like that ledge there or something, to climb out, try to swim for it. At least you'll have a chance. You might die anyway, but obviously the best thing is just don't fall in. See, I fell in, but I can still get up. So as long as I have a place where I can climb up, we're safe. All right, so there is a pipe that's sitting right there. We can get to it. This sometimes freaks people out, but it's a pretty easy jump from here. And we can just pick up that pipe. And get back over here.
Wolves never look up.
What does that mean?
It means no matter how many people or guns you have, we'll find a way around you.
We're about to go into an encounter here. There are 4 Seraphites here, which doesn't sound like a lot, but they can actually hit pretty hard, and they definitely flank you pretty strongly. So you need to be careful. So here's the way I do it. There's a lot of variations here, but essentially, once we get alerted, we're going to spend most of our time hiding behind this table right here. Usually one guy will come on the left here, and he will attack us. I'm going to melee kill him when he'll rush through the door. There he is. Alright. I'm going to swap out. I'm going to grab the machete. Now, depending on how they push, they can come from both sides at once. I'm gonna use a pipe bomb on the first one that locks on. And then we're waiting to see who else pushes us. Okay, he's coming. Hunting pistol to one-shot that one. And we just have the one left. And that's it. I swapped out the machete instead of the pipe here because I didn't want to break the pipe. I want to be able to use this pipe ideally for the stalker hallway. I'm going to upgrade it here just so that I don't accidentally break it. So at this point, we have a lot of parts, and you'll have to decide what you want to use it on. I don't have any strong opinions about what is a better path for Abby in a regular perma run. I find it just depends on your play style. I do like incendiary shells. And if you're running low on hunting pistol ammo, which we're currently not, the ability to craft more here can be really, really useful. Some people like to go all the way down and get the craft more pipe bombs route. That is a pretty big investment, 60, 90, 130. So you need 170 pills total to get that. I usually don't take it, but it's definitely a strat. Like it lets you do some things more easily in, say, with Rat King and things like that. I tend to go down this route. I don't find momentum to be personally all that useful. The only time it comes in handy is if you have an area where you are needing to melee kill multiple enemies that are close to you. And with a very few exceptions, maybe Stalker Hallway, maybe the forest, you're just not going to run into that. And so I don't find it a useful way to spend your pills. Aim stability increase, notice, only increases accuracy while moving, so that's not useful at all. Faster health kits is fine, but again, momentum duration. This whole tree I just ignore. Now, grabbed enemy movement speed, faster prone movement. I like faster prone movement just as a quality of life thing. So I'm going to go down that. We still need some pills to get it, but I'm going to go down that route. So we did get the ability to craft explosive shells, so I'm going to do that. Now, I will say, if you are going to craft explosive shells, you probably should take that upgrade before I did. By taking it now, I did miss a explosive shell that spawns, if you have that upgrade, in the Return to the Coast area. Actually, it would be there the night before, too, if you took it really early. In terms of weapons upgrades here, I definitely like to upgrade Abby's crossbow all the way. I think almost everything here is very useful, the scope particularly. I will be relying on this for quicker headshots in a number of places, and the scope helps. So does stability. Reload speed is a nice to have, but not essential, especially if you miss and need to get another arrow in when the clickers are starting to charge you. The reload speed can help. I'm going to show you only one strat for getting through this next area. There is a kill-all strat, but I am not going to teach it to you here. It is difficult. This area is far easier to sneak through than to try to kill everybody. If you alert people here, usually you will spawn in 4 additional enemies in addition to the, I think, 8 that start here. It's just a brutal encounter in a confined area. Even though there are 2 guys standing there, they're not going to see you. You start moving as soon as you get the control. We climb up here, up here, up here, forward to this green box, and up again. We're just climbing to the very top. Then we go left. We can grab that alcohol. We're waiting for this guy to go in, and then stay behind the pillar so that she doesn't see us. She turns around. And then we go tuck ourselves in this little cubby here. And we can wait for the guy to go past us. Right, so we just brick her, grab that pistol bullet on the way out, and we're through. Easy peasy.
Fuck these scars. Seraphites, whatever.
Yeah. Welcome.
Never heard a Seraphite cuss before.
It's my first time.
That's the bridge.
Lev.
So here we are at Skybridge, and
We'll go slow.
this is an area that makes a lot of people nervous. I mean, it makes Abby nervous.
People cross this regularly?
But if you do it right,
Yeah,
you shouldn't have too many problems with
I'm
it.
not.
Now this first area,
It's not the most
you just have to be
popular route.
careful. The one thing to know about this area is there isn't at least for some of these platforms, there isn't that ledge guard wobble mechanism that you have normally, right? Normally you walk up to the edge of a fall and Ellie or Abby will wiggle a bit before they fall. If you get distracted and run yourself off an edge in some of these parts here, Abby will just go straight off. So just be a little careful going through there.
What's going on between you and your friend Owen?
Oh my god, Lev, now?
It seemed really awkward.
Just go!
I did it! Come on!
Can we
Don't
take a
forget
minute and
about
be
the
impressed by me?
parts that are off here.
Lev, come here, I'm gonna hug you.
You're not gonna want to hug me.
Why? Why?
You'll see.
Now, to get through the next part, what I recommend is something we call the wiggle strat.
Holy shit, Lev!
And that is essentially, as you're going forward, we're going to be wiggling the left joystick left and right as we're also pushing forward on it. Now, it's not as essential to do that in this area, but it's a very handy way to get through the third one
How are
in
you not
particular.
terrified of this? And don't quote the prophet to me.
You just line yourself
never
up with
scared
these
What does?
and
The
wiggle,
ocean.
wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle,
Dogs.
wiggle, wiggle.
Oh my god.
Almost
Now,
there.
another thing you can do, if you do start to lose your balance here, you can pull back, straight back on the left joystick, and Abby will reset entirely.
Come on, Schuster.
But you usually don't need to do that if you just do this wiggle strat, right? I'm just wiggling back and forth, left and right, as we're going. I haven't felt a single vibration in my controller the whole time, and then we're done. Now, one very small note, I doubt this is going to be an issue for anybody, but if for some reason you have not picked up the hunting pistol by now, do not skip this cinematic. It will cause a game crash for whatever reason. And you're still marked as in an unsafe location here. So that game crash would in fact be a permadeath.